The present Queen Mother had borne the mark, and her reign was marked by prosperity for UMASI. She had grown wise and powerful, revered by the villagers as a kind, yet distant figure who held UMASI's fate within her grasp. She loved her people but bore a hidden sorrow. In all her years as queen, she had given birth only to sons. Each son was a painful reminder that he could not bear the spectrum. And each time, as she held her newborn son, she felt the flicker of the light within her dim a little more. Desperate to preserve her family's legacy and the safety of UMASI, she tried again and again to conceive a daughter, but each attempt brought her closer to despair. Her eldest son, Ikenna, grew up under the shadow of her unfulfilled hopes, her unspoken disappointment darkening his life. The queen's fixation on the elusive daughter she longed for took its toll on Ikenna, who became cold and angry, feeling the bitter sting of his mother's rejection. Without her love or guidance, he grew into a troubled young man, given to reckless indulgence and bitter resentment. He grew notorious for his cold demeanor and rebellious ways, his heart hardened by years of feeling unloved and unworthy in his own family. Years passed, and as the Queen Mother grew older, her hopes waned. But at an unexpected age, she finally conceived again. The entire town held its breath, watching as she grew frail under the weight of this late pregnancy. Her body struggled, weakened by age and by the taxing presence of the spectrum within her, but she believed that this child would be the one to carry on her legacy. At last, she gave birth to a daughter, Iona. The queen held the infant close, whispering blessings and placing a trembling hand on her tiny back, searching for the mark. But her joy was short-lived. She passed away that very night, her spirit fading along with the spectrum's power. With Iona still an infant, too young to bear the spectrum's light, the village began to suffer. The fields grew dry, the livestock fewer, and the town's veil of protection weakened. Nearby kingdoms grew restless, sensing that UMASI's shield was faltering. As the villagers mourned their queen and prayed for Iona to one day bear the mark, whispers of an ancient prophecy surfaced. The spirit mother, a village seer and the queen's most trusted advisor, spoke of a cornerstone, a girl from outside the royal line who, if pure-hearted and calm, might one day bear the mark in UMASI's darkest hour. Far from the palace, on the outskirts of UMASI, lived a quiet girl named Noro. Born to a once beautiful mother named Akona, who had been shunned by the village for her past, Noro grew up in the shadows. Her mother, having been ostracized as a young woman, bore several children by different men, before eventually settling with Noro's father, Obina, a simple, gentle man who loved Noro deeply. The villagers viewed Noro with the same contempt they had for her mother, and she grew accustomed to whispers, stares, and the cold isolation of rejection. Her only solace was her father's love, and she learned to carry herself with quiet resilience, enduring the disdain of others with unshaken calm.